Yeah, we got a very special guest today. Could you do me a favor and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Diana, and my channel is Kern County Stories.
And thank you for showing up today. Thank you for sharing your story. So, you got a great story that I wanted to break down and hear because we often talk about the juvenile, correction or rehabilitation or whatever you want to call it system, right? And how there's a failure, but you also have details on another system that oftentimes is a failure, and that's the
Yes,
foster care system.
um,
So,
I
let's
I was
go
in
ahead.
group homes,
And group
and
homes.
I started off like at 14 and a half, 15, and it wasn't by choice. And a lot of people see it as people that end up in the system are bad people, have issues that can't be worked out, but it's totally not like that. Sometimes we're thrown in the system and we have no choice.
Yeah. Well, let's start from the beginning and find out, how that journey started. And what was your life like growing up before
Um,
you
I,
entered the system?
I had a mom that worked two jobs, and I had a dad that worked a job, but my dad was an alcoholic. He was abusive towards my mother. We never saw it, but we heard it behind the scenes, like behind the doors and stuff.
Hmm.
One day my mom left. I was like 11. My mom left and didn't come back. She went to work and she just didn't come back.
Yeah. So she was trying to escape the abuse.
Yeah, but at that time, as a child, I didn't understand that.
Yeah. No, no, definitely not. So, what kind of feelings did you have when you noticed she wasn't coming back?
Hate. I hated her. My dad would tell me to call her names. Um, my dad would, because she would call once in a great while, and I just grew hate towards her for a long time.
Damn. That's interesting because she left the situation to escape an abusive relationship, right?
Yes.
And her abuser was able to continue abusing her. You know what I mean? By weaponizing the children against her. And that's wild. That's some crazy shit. How even though she wasn't there, he had the upper hand because that must have taken a tremendous toll on her. And I know for you, as a child, you weren't trying to you weren't really trying to look at what she was going through because she put you in a predicament where you're going through something now. Now you don't have a mother, so I could definitely understand where you're coming from. Um, what kind of things did that do to you, like mentally and emotionally? What did that do to you? Were you acting out at any point
Um,
because she left?
yeah, I was lost. My mom was the more affectionate one, more acknowledged us more.
Hmm.
Um, Everything just went downhill after that.
Damn.
Everything just went downhill. My
And
dad remarried, and
how long did that take?
my dad remarried when I was 14.
Okay.
And even though my stepmom had a really good job and stuff and upbringing or whatever, she was really toxic towards me. She would tell me stuff like, "You look like your mom." She would like make me feel bad about that. For some reason, I felt like I wasn't fitting into their family.
Damn, that's
She
crazy.
had kids,
Oh, so how
and
many
I
kids?
felt like outsider.
How many kids did she have?
She had like three daughters and a boy, but still, like they were grown. She was older than my dad, and it just, I don't know. I felt out of place.
Damn, that's sad because that's not the first time I've heard that with step parents, where the child will feel out of place, and what ends up happening a lot of times is they try to find that missing piece or that void somewhere else. Is that what happened to you? Did you search elsewhere to fill that void?
Yeah, I eventually ended up overdosing on some pills
Oh my
and ended
goodness.
up in a mental ward, like to suicide watch. And from then on, um, I got out. But let's take a little step back.
Yeah.
My mom came back into my picture, into the picture, and actually she was getting visits with me, and her boyfriend like touched me, or like not like tried to molest me.
Damn.
And but I was like grown. I was 14, so I was like, no, you know what I mean, right away.
Not
I
exactly
was like,
grown, but old enough to fight back.
yeah. So I went home and I told my stepmom and my dad I didn't want to go see my mom after that because she didn't do anything to stop it.
You told your mother?
Yeah, I told my mom, and my mom saw what happened. I told my stepmom and my dad, like, she didn't try to stop it. So I didn't feel comfortable with my mom again.
How did that make you feel? Like, did you feel betrayed in any way, or did that hate come back?
Yeah, that hate came back. My mom made it sound like it was normal. And I was like, this is not normal. You just know at that age already, how can I say, you know, right from wrong?
Yeah.
And I knew like what he tried to do was not right. He was arrested, and my mom and him broke up, and my mom like hated me for that. So it was kind of like mixed emotions.
Yeah.
But after that, we went to court, and the court said my mom and dad were supposed to have family counseling with me because of everything that was going on in my life,
Yeah.
and especially that suicide attempt. So my mom and dad said no,
They didn't want to
and
go to counseling?
they didn't want to do it. They just said like it was my problem, not
Oh
theirs.
my goodness.
And
So
the judge automatically was so mad when he saw that. He was like, you know what? She's a ward of the court.
yeah, I'd be fucking furious too if I were that judge because I've like they're they're supposed to be there like to support you no matter what. And like who gives a shit about their problems? Like put those shits to the side and help your fucking daughter. Like that's just the way I would see it. You know what I mean? So I could understand why that judge is so furious because it's infuriating. Like that shit really could piss somebody off. So, but unfortunately, he made you a ward of the court.
Yeah, he did.
Damn,
And
how did you feel?
not good. I didn't know what was going on. I was confused. Um, I pretty much went under my caseworker's wing and went from there.
Where did they place you at initially?
They placed me in a home called Memorial Center. It's closed down now, but it was a year length treatment, and you're supposed to get therapy for a whole year, uh, checkups and stuff like that. But it's a group home. It was co-ed,
Yeah.
boys and girls, and they were all from different places of the world, pretty much like different towns, different places. I was probably the only one from Bakersfield, I believe.
Where was it located at?
Here in Bakersfield, California.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah,
what was it like in that group home?
it was stable. That's what I think I liked. It was stable, and it was more like, you wake up, you have school, you have therapy, school's inside, therapy's inside, everything's in one building. You eat inside, you do everything inside. Um, so in a way, it worked out for me because I had therapy. I had a lot of therapy in there. And the therapist made me realize that it wasn't my fault, everything that was going on. Actually, I was told not to go back to my parents after I turned 18.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's
So,
toxic,
yeah.
very toxic relationship.
And so it was a lot of therapy, a lot of counseling. Um, but I got to meet a lot of different people from different places, girls that already had kids. So I got to see a lot of different things that I was like, whoa, this is way different, situation. You just get thrown in a little, a place where a lot of people are from different things. and it's
W-
not good places either.
were you willing to accept help at that time, or were you still so
Oh yeah.
angry you rejected? Oh, you said you were? Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing about me. I've always wanted to do good. It's at the, I always wanted to be positive about what's going on, even though things were falling apart. I
Mhm.
still wanted to do good. I One thing about me is I won't let what's going on drain me completely.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll fall apart, but I'll bounce back. It's just in me. Like my mom and dad taught me, like, don't get into drugs. They were like very don't do this, don't do that. They never hit me, but they were emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How were the other, like you said that there were
My
females in there that had kids.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
how was it for them? Like, did they cry because they didn't have their kids around, or were the kids there with them?
No, the kids weren't there with them. The one, two of the girls that had kids, their kids were with their mothers,
Hmm.
and pretty much like they were very angry people. And
Yeah.
yeah, I was scared of them. They were like bigger, they were more formed. It was They were more like, you don't know what life's about, and I was like, no, I don't want to know. I don't really want to know. I was like a twig when I was younger, so I was like, I did not want to know. I was like the little twig, and they were like built like women, thighs, butt, and everything. I was like,
You ain't step into that, like back off. So
yeah, developed.
so what kind of stuff went on behind the scenes in that group home?
Um, uh, a lot of things that happen, like in in prisons, like people hook up with the staff, people hook up with um that happens a lot. You get groomed by staff.
Damn.
I was groomed by one, and he was fired.
And,
And
oh
yeah,
my goodness. How old was he?
he was probably like 35. I would
35
say.
years old. And how old were you?
Yeah, for 15.
15 years old. So it's
Yeah.
old enough to be your father. And what happened? How did he approach you?
He would always follow me into the multi-purpose room, the NPR. That's where like the TV, the some classes we take, and like watching TV goes on. It's called NPR, multi-purpose room, and he would always just cater to me. And I didn't have to say nothing. Someone actually told on him and was like, I didn't even know when it was going to happen, but he was just always like, when his shift was on, he was by Diana. You
Yeah.
know,
Try to
he
make
was
you.
there talking to me, doing what I wanted. You know what I mean?
So
And
yeah, so he tried to show you attention and affection, making it seem like he cared for you so that you can rely on him.
yeah,
That fucking predator, man.
yeah,
And when he got taken away, how did that make you feel?
I felt guilty.
So you felt
I
like it was
felt,
your fault.
yeah, I did, because he was married.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying because you were a child at the time, but like that's his fucking problem. He's married. He should have thought about that. But I get what you're saying because you don't. I mean, all you think about is, damn, he got snatched up because of me.
Yeah. And at that time, I felt like, how's he going to tell this to his wife?
Did he?
This is his job,
You
his
said
income.
he got arrested, right?
No, he was we were in the NPR one day,
Hmm.
and like we call him the boss, like the main man.
Hmm.
He's like the coordinator, supervisor. He came in, and when he comes in, it's business going on.
Yeah.
He came in, he called him into the office. They went into the office. They were there for like 30 minutes. He came out, and the staff, and he told me, I either walk out right now or I'm getting fired.
Damn.
So this is the last time you're going to see me. And he walked out.
So I have to ask, was there anything inappropriate that happened between you two?
No,
No? Okay.
well, I mean, other than he was very close to me.
Yeah.
Physically, nothing ever happened.
But still, that's where he was aiming. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the time, I was just happy that someone liked me and wanted to hear me.
Damn. That's what he was aiming for, that sick motherfucker, man. So you you feel bad because he's taken away. You feel like it's your fault. Does that make you like emotionally withdrawn from everybody? Or do you just kind of continue, like figure out what's next for you?
Well, I felt like the only person that was going to hear me was gone. And the only person that was there for me at the place was gone. So it was like every time I got close to someone, whether it was good or bad, they were taken away for some reason.
Damn.
So that attachment and abandonment came back in my mind, and I started to get depressed.
That's fucked up because like he put you in a predicament because you're going over there, you're getting the treatment. You know what I mean? You're probably feeling a little better at that time. And then he puts you in a predicament where he should have just been an adult and not tried to make any advancements. And now he's gone. And now you slip back into, it's like a lot of the work that they did is like washed away.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening next?
After that, I just continued to be in there. And eventually my rebellious acts got so bad that I got kicked out of there.
Damn.
And
What kind of acts were they?
I tried running away with one of the guys from the bottom, because there was a bottom unit,
Mhm.
but the bottom unit wasn't what's it called? Connected to the top.
Yeah.
Somehow he got the key to the top because it's a upstairs downstairs unit, but the downstairs is like just stay for like a week or two, and the upstairs is like a temporary, like you stay there for up to a year.
Yeah, your house there.
Yeah, so he got a key somehow, and because you had to get a key, I mean, for to every door had a key. So he got a key somehow and got me out.
Damn.
And after that, it
So he
was
was only there for a week and he's trying to break out?
yeah, like, well, he was off and on in there.
Okay,
He
okay.
was a regular downstairs,
Yeah.
and I was attracted to him. He was attracted to me, and
You guys are gonna run away together and live happily ever
me
after?
and his friend. Yeah, he kind of looked like Hitler. Like he was like he was into all that KKK and all that
Okay.
white power stuff. I'm not white, but he was, and I kind of didn't understand all that, but whatever.
Yeah. So what happened when you guys, like, how far did you guys get?
We got out, we left, we ended up in his hometown, and I ended up calling someone to pick me up because I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I was like, this isn't what I want. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, what was it that
This,
made you feel uncomfortable there?
I just, I wanted to be back. I wanted to be somewhere where people cared about me, parents,
Yeah.
but I could never get there. I never could go back to school. I never could go back to the life I used to live at one time, going to school regularly, having something to do. It just was gone. I was a cheerleader at one time. I was on track and stuff, but you know, when your parents give up on you, there's a whole different afterlife that happens for you. That's not what you asked for.
Yeah. How did it when you came to that realization, how did that make you feel? That you weren't going back? Like there wasn't.
Depressed, like very, very depressed,
Damn.
because it wasn't coming like to my coworker, like my coworkers. My my caseworker ended up telling me that that was it. Like, grow up. This is it.
Fuck, man.
Like, grow up. Like, you're not gonna be a child no more. You're not gonna be, you know what I'm saying? That you're gonna come out of this as an adult.
Yeah. And you said you called somebody to pick you up. Who did you call?
I actually called the cops.
Damn.
I was like, because I couldn't call my parents. My parents wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Like, they were just out of the picture completely. They didn't want nothing to do with me.
Damn. So you had nowhere to turn to.
No, no, I didn't.
Well, and that wasn't the plan when you left, right?
Yeah, I knew they would kick me out and they would send me somewhere else, and that's what I wanted.
Okay. So you just wanted to get out of there, and where did they end up sending you?
They ended up sending me to one close to Visalia, and I got out of there too. I didn't like it.
Why didn't you like that one?
It was way too how the restrictions and everything. I couldn't stand the people. It's just not where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So my case manager switched me
And where did you end up?
in Ventura.
So you go to a group home in Ventura. How was it over there?
Actually, that was the best one I went to.
How old were you when you arrived?
I was about 16, 17 by then, 16.
Like 16. Did they do anything to prepare you for life as an adult? Because you only have a little bit of time left.
No,
No? How
no.
how was school?
School, we didn't go to school. I mean, we
Damn.
were supposed to, but they didn't do it.
Damn.
And
So
they would write us off.
they just
Like,
like you attended, that's it?
yeah, they didn't care. They didn't really care for us. That's the thing. They make it seem like they care for you, but they really don't.
Damn, man.
It's the caseworkers tell you pretty early, you're on your own and this is it.
Yeah. And so you are at this new group home. You said it's the best one that you went to so far. What did you like about it?
We actually got to get out when we wanted to and stuff. We had our own house.
Hmm.
It was like 6 girls, and staff would only check on us like certain time.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't like live with us the whole time. It was pretty chill.
There's more freedom.
Yeah, and but the thing was, I had a friend that was in a group home that I was attached to, and every time I got somewhere, she would be like, "Hey, I'm picking you up." And that was another bad thing.
Damn.
And she would help me get away from the group homes I was in.
So you're at a pretty stable group home that you kind of enjoyed, and you have this friend that wants to just wild out and shit, and she's like,
Yeah,
"Hey, Diana, let's go."
yeah.
At any point did you think like, man, I should just like chill, just kick it here?
And that's what I thought at first. I was like, I just want to stay here. And she was like, no, 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 I miss you. Let's,
Damn.
you know, and the bond with her was strong because I knew her since I was like 14, 16, something like that. We were really close.
Yeah.
And because you gain friendships in these group
Oh yeah,
homes.
you have to. You're looking for attachments.
And that's what happened. She just would always find a way for me to get out.
How did she find a way for you to get out that time? What did she do?
She got a ride to where I was at, picked me up.
And you were just, oh, that one that you said was a little more free, so you're able to just walk out.
Yeah,
Where'd you guys go?
just do nothing. That's what I realized. Like, we're not doing nothing. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we would just be gone. Just the fact that you got some freedom and you got to do
Mm.
just whatever you want. It was just it felt good.
Yeah.
I think that's the part that I like, just getting away from where I was at. And
Trying to escape your reality.
yeah,
And how long did you guys stay away?
not long, not long, like a weekend. And then I would be like, I need to go back. I went back to that group home like 4 times, actually. I left.
And they didn't say nothing?
No, they finally said, hey, this is going to be the last time we pick you up.
Yeah.
And that I was like, okay.
What happened next?
I ended up being in a different group home, and
Mhm.
it was in Bakersfield. And I went to Centennial School for a little bit. They
Wait,
had
go to
just,
a regular high school?
yeah,
Was that your first time back at a regular high school?
yes.
How did that feel to be like back with like other kids and like kind of back into like a normal social setting?
Well, I went to Buena at Ventura,
Okay.
but not long. And then I went to Centennial, and it, how could I say, I felt like it was too long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like from being 14 and being in 8th grade or whatever to then high school and all the things that have happened, I felt like it was a strained relationship between me and class and schools and stuff.
You kind of outgrew it. It's just something.
Yeah, and kind of embarrassing because you're being picked up by a group home
Yeah.
staff. Like they ask you who's your friends, whatever, like where are you going? When they find out you're in a group home, it's like looked down at.
There's a stigma behind it.
Yeah, so I didn't like that.
Yeah. That's messed up because kids, like, I don't know why they do that. It's like they'll find out a little bit of differences or something that they might not understand, and that's it. You know, they outcast that person.
Yeah, that's me.
Were there any friends you had that when they found out they outcasted you, and how did that make you feel?
Well, you just go with it. I mean, what can you do?
Damn, that's fucked up.
I mean, all you can do is just go with it. Just take it. Just take it. That's the thing about the stuff I've gone through. The feelings and the things you can't stop from happening. It grows anger in you too.
Yeah, so little by little you're becoming angrier and angrier.
Hmm.
Damn. H-
So
How
yeah,
how long did you go to that school?
about 2 months.
Why'd
Two.
you uh, why'd you stop going?
Well, one of the staff actually told me I could move in with her,
Oh shit.
and she was like, "Yeah, and you could just start paying me rent, blah blah blah." You know what I mean?
Uh,
Because
How
you get
how
really used to the staff.
how old are you?
At that time, I was about 17 then.
How were you gonna pay rent? You had a job?
No, but I was gonna be close to turning 18. I would
Oh,
remember that.
okay.
Yeah, like the the group home in Ventura, I was there a lengthy time.
Yeah.
That's why I was able to, the time goes on and on.
Yeah.
But yeah, but in all that time, you're not doing nothing. You're just, how can I say, getting away, running away, finding an escape.
Damn.
But yeah,
So
and
she said you could live with her at, when you turn 18.
yeah, I did.
And
Um,
because of that, you stopped going to school?
yeah, she just kind of took me in, and I got Social Security, so I was able to pay her some of that rent. And she had another roommate, and me and her got along. And so it was kind of like, I didn't have a car at that time. So she was like, I'll take you to the grocery store. It was just very like all girls,
Yeah.
but I was the young one.
And did they kind of try to like look out for you?
Mm, I would say the staff member actually wanted to engage in physical.
Oh shit.
And yeah,
So it
so
wasn't an act of kindness.
no, I was like, and shortly after that, I met a guy and I got an apartment with him.
So let me before I get into that, let's touch on this female staff. Did she was she grooming you also? Like, did she kind of like when you were in the
Mhm.
group home, like, oh, it's gonna be cool, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But I
fucked
didn't
up.
I didn't see it as grooming because when you're young, you don't see that.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, they're just really nice.
damn.
And yeah, you don't really understand all that.
So she was a predator too.
Mm-hmm. Oh
And
yeah.
when you rejected her advancements, how did she react to that?
Like I owed her because she had done so much for me.
Yeah, manipulation. Yeah,
Like she cared for me. She was the only person that cared for me. Where would I be? Um, it's just she liked me just like her own, and it was okay.
damn. That's
It
fucked up,
was.
man. Because it seems like the people that are supposed to be there to care for you, they either abandon you or try to take advantage of you.
Mm-hmm. A lot of taking advantage of you. A lot of it. When you're young and vulnerable, they see it, and it's like prey. They like look at you and they're like, we're after you, and they're gonna get you, and they go after you.
As a young person, how did that make you feel to know that like nobody's intentions could be trusted?
Like I was cursed. I really felt cursed. I felt like, why me? You
Yeah.
know, but yeah, it was me.
Damn, man, that's fucked up. Did you realize like that wasn't normal, that wasn't something that was happening to a lot of other people?
Oh, it was happening to other people too. It was happening. Boys were getting intimate with staff members that were women.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it happened both ways,
Yeah.
and it's just something you just have to live with and be like, okay, how do I get out of this? How can I run away?
Yeah. No, but
You
I mean
know?
outside of the group home setting, like in typical or I hate to say typical or normal, but like in usually like that doesn't really happen to people. So did you realize that or were you just so stuck in your own world that that was all you saw?
That's pretty much what I saw. That was life in group homes.
Hmm.
I mean, there was like one of the intake people actually took in one of the kids and let them run away with their daughter. So,
Oh, what the
I mean,
fuck?
there was a lot of things happening that mine seemed tiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, that's
Compared
weird
to
because
everybody
it makes
else.
me wonder how much education and training did they need to work at these group homes?
Oh, none. I would
None?
talk to them. They
Yeah.
didn't. All they had to do was like take a class, child development, get like one or two classes, and that's it.
Damn.
Yeah, they
So that
didn't need much. No.
so you're taking people off the streets basically. You're putting them to watch over children often that have emotional trauma, anxiety issues, PTSD, and a lot of other mental health issues, and you're just having just like regular old Joes just fucking going in there and watching over you guys.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man. S-
Yeah.
So you said that now you moved out or you got an apartment with the fellow you met. How did that happen?
We met at the mall, and I think I got into bad relations because of that.
Hmm.
That's where I want to put that at,
Yeah.
um, because I wasn't fully like understanding of what true love or true caring was like. So when you tell someone I'm from a group home or something, or they just like look at you like they could take advantage of you because you come from a bad place and you're what they want, and they could do you as they please.
That's
So
fucked
it's
up.
a very vulnerable place you put yourself in.
Yeah. So you did you develop any kind of trust issues?
Oh yeah, I didn't trust anybody. I
That's
didn't trust
fucked.
anybody.
Let me ask this: Did you think at any point there were like guys that maybe you had a relationship with that, looking back, like they try to do the right thing, but because of your trust issues, kind of pushed away? No, none. Damn.
No, no. That first boyfriend that I moved in with, I wasn't allowed to have a key to my own apartment.
Oh shit.
When he was at work, I wasn't allowed to walk outside. When he would beat me up, he would beat me up all from the back so people wouldn't notice. And he would say it's my fault. He stabbed me with a uh a little butter knife,
Uh,
like on my like I was wearing shorts like this, like really short, and he like stabbed me and it went through, and I was like, we were supposed to go to a barbecue, and he was just like, you're not supposed to wear shorts that short. And I was just, and he stabbed me with a butter knife. Like there was no, uh, wow. Like I couldn't, I mean, yeah, I put myself in bad predicaments really young. And coming from group homes, I think that helped be closer to bad people around me that were going to come around me.
so let me ask: the first time he was physically abusive to you, how did you react to that?
He he told me that I made him do it.
And you believed him?
And how I react, he made me feel like it was my fault. And then he told me that he was abused by his dad. So that's why he had that. That's why he was the way he was. It wasn't his fault.
Rationalize, justify it, and then put the blame on you.
Yeah. And
Damn.
please don't tell anybody or I will get in like a lot of trouble.
So put a
So
guilt trip.
yeah,
Damn.
I think group homes are no good. They don't teach you anything. Um, they don't help you. They actually build more hate in you. And I think group homes should be shut down. I really do. They
At,
take advantage of young children.
that's fucked up, man. At any point did they try to put you in a foster home with like a
I
family?
asked about that. I asked about that and they said you're too old.
You're too old to go to a foster home.
Yes. And
Uh,
another thing, if staff doesn't like somebody, they're going to have you fight them.
oh shit. So it's like,
Oh, yeah. So you're going to get into physical altercations with people that you're with because staff got yelled at or cussed out. And staff will be like, I'm going to turn around and you're going to like beat that person up.
damn. Did that happen to
And
you?
oh, yeah, it happened a lot. Yeah, this happens a lot.
What would you do when you seen somebody just coming at you like
Well,
for no
not
reason of your
well,
like?
I was closer to the staff, I would say. I
Mm,
was they liked me.
yeah,
And so they would pretty much I was the one that I was the bait to be the aggressor.
you're the attack dog for the staff.
Yeah, because they were for some reason the staff really liked me. It was like she's young, she needs to learn. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
they stuck with me. But there's
yeah.
some evil staff. Not all the staff were like that. There was some regular looking college people that were straight, but a lot of the staff was not good.
Yeah, 'cause it's like a mixture of people where you have some people who are trying to do their job. They're trying to
Yeah,
learn, but there's
yeah,
enough
but
people that aren't, and that's what really like they say, a few bad apples spoils the barrel or the bunch or whatever. But fucking that's fucked up, man.
The few bad apples get more time working though.
Damn, because they want to be there.
Yeah, they do. They'll work overtime and they'll, you know, they like it. They're
Damn.
having fun. It's like a game to them.
So you said you ended up in that abusive relationship. How did you get out of that?
Um, um 2 years later, we
You stood
moved
there for
out of
2 years?
I was in it 2 years. Um, we moved to North Carolina
Oh shit.
because he wanted to like get away from everybody. He wanted to isolate me.
Yeah.
And so I lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I was pregnant. And after I had the child, after that, I pretty much got a Greyhound and got the Greyhound all the way back to Bakersfield and never looked back.
Damn.
Yeah.
And where did you go? Because I know you had to spend a lot of time in group homes, and your mom and dad, like I don't know if they were around, but like where did you end up going?
I called the abuse hotline
Hmm.
and they ended up giving me 2 weeks in a hotel and for me and my child. And then after that, his dad got close to me and his dad was like, "Oh, I'll help you get an apartment." And they wanted to gain the trust back because I had the child. And they had me sign adoption papers accidentally. So my daughter was taken from me after signing adoption papers.
Damn.
I thought I was signing something, trusting them, and I was actually signed adoption papers.
Damn. So you lost all rights to your daughter.
Yeah, so they ended up raising my daughter. She's 21 now, and we have a very distant relationship.
Damn. How did that make you feel?
Awful, awful. I went through years and years of paying attorneys for visits and doing everything I could, but at the end of like 5 or 6 years of doing that, they told my one attorney that I hired said, "You'll never have custody of her because what you signed is adoption papers."
Yeah, it's their kid now.
So yeah. So I after that I ended up in another abusive relationship.
Oh shit.
So it just yeah, it's been bad for a long time.
Damn. Did
I'm
you?
41 now and I'm still going through the process through courts.
Damn. So
And
uh, how are you dealing with it now?
I read my Bible. I stay close to Christian friends. I try to just surround myself around people that are in church and stuff like that because I have trouble trusting anyone.
Yeah. Damn. And
Yeah. It's
that's
okay though. I mean, like the way I see it is I'm not dead
yeah.
because you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a drug addict. And the reason why I wanted to do the interview so bad too is because all this stuff that I'm telling you is brought up in court, and it's not brought up in court like this. It's
Mhm.
brought up in court like you were in group homes, you were a troublemaker from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They bring it out so differently. And a lot of the time I'm asked, "Do you do drugs and stuff like that?" And it's like, just the judgment on it is disgusting.
Yeah.
What you have to go through after. And
Yeah.
I'm more of a girly girl. I'd rather go get my nails done or get hair and stuff like that. I'm far from drugs and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they make a certain like group homes, YA, juvenile hall. You're just bad.
Yeah.
Period.
They make negative assumptions about you.
Yes, they make assumptions of you, and it's so wrong. It's so wrong.
So let me ask, when you started your YouTube channel, was part of the reason you started that like therapeutic?
Yes, YouTube has been therapy to me. I was holding in all kinds of things. I would go to bed thinking about all this court stuff, all this what turmoil I'm going through, and I'm like, you know what? There's a girl out there that needs to hear this, or a person out there that needs to hear this, because everybody needs a way out. I had to find my own way out of everything.
Yeah.
There was nobody handing me, here, let's help you. No, I had to find a way out of everything.
And even the help that was given to you, it sounds like either came with stipulations or was very temporary.
Yeah, there was something to be paid,
Yeah.
and
So
it hasn't been easy.
with your YouTube channel, what I like about it is you touch on different topics. Sometimes you're very serious in what you do, and you'll bring up serious conversations, and other times it's just like entertainment where you're just like going over things. Like, how do you find that balance? What inspires you to create certain content?
I have to have create humor out of stuff sometimes. You hear what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you what's going on, you can't control sometimes, and you just have to roll with it.
yeah.
I mean, being so stuck on trying to change something on your own is not going to work for me. I have to just go through the process.
How did you start your YouTube journey? What was it that inspired you where you said, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and what kind of equipment did you use?
My phone, I have my cellular phone, and that's it. I just did it all on my own, actually.
Yeah.
I looked up how to start a YouTube channel. I did it all on my own, and I'm happy that I did. I've met some great people with different stories, and not met them personally, but met them, through
Yeah.
YouTube. And very similar stories, but different situations. And I feel that it needs to be shared. It needs to be brought out.
How long have you been on YouTube now?
A year, I believe.
A year. Dope,
Yeah, and
dope.
it's so much good therapy too.
Oh yeah. Um, how was it the first time you decided to speak on YouTube about something personal that you didn't like you really didn't share with anyone else before? Like, how did you get the courage to do that? And what did you feel afterwards?
Like, it was the courage was like taking the power away from people that take my power
Yeah.
in control. And I felt, after I did my first YouTube, I felt like a weight off.
Like
Like,
it's a,
it's not just sitting in me and some person in Bakersfield, California
Mhm.
anymore. It's on YouTube, and it's there for anyone to hear or see. Because I got people that dislike me just from knowing my name.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? And they don't even know my story. And all these assumptions are made of some girl because she was in a group home, but they don't know anything else other than what they've heard from others.
Yeah.
So it clarifies what I'm really out for. And that's just to be a better person in this world. And that's it. Nothing else. I'm not out to harm, hurt. I love animals. I love plants. I'm, just another girl living
So
this world.
definitely. With YouTube, there's a like you said, there's a lot of positivity that comes behind it. But being that you battle, mental health issues as do I, how do you deal with the negativity? Because there's always haters out there. You see it all the time. So sometimes you could ignore it, like fuck it. Sometimes you try to ignore it, it kind of gets to you, but then you move on. Like how do you deal with that?
You just got to roll with it. Delete the comment, just get over it.
Yeah.
I've been through worse.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like some little punk on the computer isn't gonna ruin your
Yeah.
day. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm the same way. Sometimes it'll like fucking like piss me off where I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And then I just feel like, like whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care. But for a moment there, like you could feel like when I get angry, like my head gets hot. You know what I mean? Where like I get like physically hot where I just want to fucking, but then I realize like these fools ain't, I mean, like it is what it is. Like everybody has an opinion. That's their opinion. I'm not gonna waste my energy and go looking for people or do nothing stupid because it's just like it's not worth it.
Well, you're someone that I watch on here a lot, and
I appreciate
it's
that.
yeah, and it's pretty interesting how you talk about YA, and it's so I see the similarities in group homes, and I'm like, wow, like it's a lot, it's very similar.
Yeah, well, just
And
go ahead. My bad.
go ahead.
I was gonna say it's similar because it's youth, at-risk youth, uh, youth with pain, youth with home issues, and it's just different systems. You know what I mean? But it's like the same thing because it's children that are placed into these situations that they rather not be in.
We're institutionalized at a very young age, and
Yeah,
we're taught different things, not realistic things, and we're taught to look after ourselves at a very young age, I think. And
yeah,
that's hard on us because at our age, at 14 and 15, we should be looking for, volleyball or cheerleading, what our next, when it's going to happen or and stuff like that. But no, it's different for us. It's who could run in here and hurt me, or who can do me wrong, or is my stuff going to get stolen? What are you going to see? There's different situations.
yeah.
I woke up one day in a group home, and there was this girl, we're going to call Mary, and she was always alone in her own room, and she was very nice, and I always wondered why she was always alone, but they can't let us know like personal info. And she had pooped all over the walls, and to me I was just kind of like, what the fuck, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it was like, what's going on? We were evacuated out of the building because it had to get cleaned.
Mhm.
But one staff member did just like informed all of us, hey, she has issues. She was molested at a very young age. So sometimes she tries to put her poop back into her body or something. I was
Oh
like,
shit.
whoa, like that's when I realized I was in there with some people that, had really lost it.
Yeah.
And I realized my situation wasn't that bad. Like, well,
Well,
it was bad, but it
yeah.
wasn't. It was bad, but it wasn't as bad as theirs. That's what helped me cope with my situation,
Yeah.
because theirs was like they already had kids. They had they had real life trouble. Well, that to me that wasn't as bad as mine for some reason. I always saw it like that.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying 100%. Because when you're young, you try to like compare everything to your situation and that kind of gauges what you feel about it. I remember doing the same thing. I went to Central Juvenile Hall in East LA, and I remember being there with guys that were like being sentenced to 45, 60 years, 80 years to life. And I was like, I'm gonna get out at the latest when I'm 25. It's not too bad. You know what I mean? Like at that point, it's like you measure what you're going through compared to what they're going through, and you're like, I'm kind of lucky. It's not too bad.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you have to do, and realize that this isn't forever.
So let me ask, what does the future look like for you?
I have three daughters. Um, I'm very proud of my kids for the courage they've come out. They've all, you know, they don't know my past like anyone.
Mhm.
I pretty much kept it a secret, because I didn't want them to, how can I say, look down on their mom.
Yeah.
But then again, come to find out, it's backfired on me because they don't understand certain things. Like, why didn't mom go to high school, college?
Prom.
So it kind of backfired on me now, but I see positive in the future. I just got another car yesterday, so I'm
Oh,
very proud of
congratulations.
myself. Um, I have my own place. I've been doing good. It's just keeping it down, keeping it simple. I'm small, and I'm an animal person. Like I said, that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm just like any other girl. People just want to project me as something else. When we were in the courthouse, um, I just had court. I kind of went off. Like I was like, you know, because people try to take advantage of you and put you down. And I'm tired of the bashing. I'm tired of the put downs. Um, I'm over that. I'm over it.
Yeah.
And that's why I continue to have YouTube.
Yeah.
And my videos go from really, really boring to really, really strong. People just have to check them all out. And I've gone through some stuff still,
You're
but
you're a fighter. You're fighting your way through.
you have to be a survivor, not a victim after a while. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, because I always say it's okay to reflect on your past, and it's okay to use your past as fuel and motivation, right? Like I've been through worse, or this is nothing. I could do this, or fuck it, I've been through that and I survived. But it's when you allow your past to like define who you are, and like you said, victimize yourself, or oh poor me, I can't believe I went through that. And that's when it's like, dog, straighten your shit up. You know what I mean? Like you man and woman up. Do what you got to do. Do not let your past like be a hindrance on your future.
Yeah. Don't let it control you. Don't let it make you feel like a certain way.
Yeah. And
But yeah,
before I wrap it up, is there anything else you wanted to say?
I just want to say, everybody that's been to, youth authority or group homes or anything like that, there is rehabilitation on your own. And I believe that's where it comes from, on your own, not from places. And get on the right medication, get the right therapy, and get on track. And it's possible.
Um,
Everyone on there that's watching, I hope you understand that you can do better, and don't let anyone stop you because of your past.
and I'm glad you brought that up, because there's a stigma behind seeking help, and there shouldn't be. If you need medication, don't be like, oh, these are psych meds or nothing. Like, nah, take the fucking medication. Like, it's okay. Do what you got. Do what you have to do.
I'm on
Uh,
medication.
yeah, do what you have to do for your own mental well-being. If you need therapy, go to therapy.
I
If you
have
need,
therapy.
if you have to go to
Yeah.
what do they call it? Support groups. Go to support groups. There's tons of different things you can do, and whatever works for you, that's what you need to do. And if it doesn't work, okay, but explore the option to better yourself. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes. And I'm glad you had me on. Thank you, Javier.
Oh,
Thank
it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Everybody, that's Diana. Check out our YouTube channel. We're gonna have the link below. And with that, we out. Peace.